Greetings and welcome back to Qualified Nonsense. Whereas the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observer, known as LIGO, uses its 4-kilometer-long concrete arms to measure the supermassive events that happen well beyond our galaxy, using a giant laser and crystal-clear mirrors to record the stretching and compressing of space-time around us, Qualified Nonsense does not deal in such enormity. And seeing as how the European Organization for Nuclear Research, known as CERN, has its Large Hadron Collider that accelerates particles to 99.999999% the speed of light, making its 17-mile loop at a whopping 11,245 laps per second, and then smashing said particles into other particles to record the brief, yet momentous and infinitesimally small events such as the discovery of the Higgs boson particle, we here at Qualified Nonsense have found our home nestled somewhere in the middle. Still very important and very interesting, perhaps slightly less scientific, but just the right size. We're three friends who wag our chins, talk about our lived experiences, and sleuth the depths of Reddit to provide expert-adjacent rhetoric and pontifications. And if I haven't lost you already, stick around for another 45 minutes or so and we talk about butts and meatloaf and stuff like that too. My name's Jake.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Qualified Nonsense. Welcome back, boys.
That's the way. Bring us back into reality, Brandon. Balls.
That was a very thoroughly researched intro.
Well, I was inspired by oh shit, I meant to look this up actually before I
cite your
talking. Sources. Yeah, I know. I saw a really interesting video on it's actually in Washington. It's the LIGO is what it's called, and it's a way to detect gravitational ripples in space-time. But anyway, it was a really cool video, but I recommend everybody checking out the
I know what you're talking about. That's the thing in like Eastern Washington.
Yeah,
that I saw something on that too.
Yeah,
was it Grant McColmey's special?
It was just profiled by a woman named Cleo. I forget what her last name is, but she's on YouTube. She does like
Cleo.
Call me now. Call me now.
Call me now if you're free gravitational reading.
Anyway, I look it up. It's really cool, and it's in your guys' sort of neck of the woods, but it's apparently they started building it in 1992, but it sort of is another feather in the hat of all the fun arithmetic that Albert Einstein was doing about the theory of relativity. So, yeah, I went on a little physics bender this afternoon.
Side note: Miss Cleo died in 2016.
Well.
Just factor in some factoids.
Factoids.
Isn't that LIGO thing? Doesn't it go like 3 miles underground or something? Or like
I think it's it might, but I think it's mostly on the surface. Yeah. They've got, I don't know. So basically, it's 4 kilometers long in 2 directions, so it creates an L-shaped structure, and there's a laser that's shown in the middle of this that gets split apart and bounced around and stuff, and basically because light travels at a specific speed, they can detect like infinitesimally small changes in basically like the distance between 2 points that would normally we can't perceive because we are being affected by the change of space-time. So it's, I don't know, it's really cool, and I don't fully understand it, which is part of my fascination, I think. But yeah,
well, there you go.
That's cool. There you go. Huh. Interesting. Let's talk about
Lasers,
something a little more interesting. What have you guys been up to the last week or so?
A lot. I was just telling you guys I went to go see the 25th anniversary of Lord of the Rings in the theater.
Nice.
Got re-released. It was fun. It's good to see my kids get to see it in the actual theaters like I did. So yeah, that's about it.
I mean those movies are still. You were just saying how they relatively hold up, like the graphics and stuff. Relatively hold up.
They slap, as if you will.
Yeah.
They still slap.
It's amazing how long it's been and how many movies have come out with less than graphics. And I guess budgets, vary and talent varies, but even some big budget films still get like really shitty graphics. And that just holds up so well.
Like bad habit of, I don't know why. It's like, if I'm ever curious about somebody, the first thing I'll look up is their net worth.
Okay.
And so I was looking at Lord of the Rings, and they like got historically screwed on their contracts. Like Elijah Wood made like $250,000 for that movie or something. It was crazy.
Really? Yikes.
Yeah, because they were all like, it was all so new kind of a thing, and they weren't sure if it was going to take, and they only had so much money, and they already signed their contracts, which they're always looking after their own best interest.
Yeah.
So it's kind of shocking.
It is. I know, like, we talk about feeling old all the time, but I don't know, like the Lord of the Rings movies still feel like new movies to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't feel like they're 25 years old. But then thinking on that would be like in 2001, going to the theater to see a movie from 1976. Am I doing the math right? Yeah. And like seeing like, I don't know, like the Outlaw Josie Wales or something, and like our parents being like, that movie just came out or whatever,
right.
Like
and us being like, wow, they're out of touch. Yeah. No, I think we had mentioned it in another episode, but I saw a goofy video of someone picking up not San Andreas, but the 1980s themed Grand Theft Auto
Vice
game.
City.
Vice City, yeah. And the person being like, "Oh, this is such a retro game." And then the guy's like, "Oh yeah, they do the 80s really well." And he goes, "No, like the game itself is retro. It came out longer than it did. It had come out longer than it had, like the whole 80s had existed." And he's like, "What?"
Speaking of Vice City, I saw another thing related to that was like parents these days. It's like, this music is so inappropriate for kids. What are they listening to? And it's like me at 10 years old. And it's like you pulling up to the hooker and you're like, hey, you want a good time? And you're like trying to find a dark spot. And it's like, this seems like a good spot. And the car starts going. Like,
yeah.
We never did that. But
how would you feel? I mean, I guess our kids, Matt, are still young enough that they wouldn't necessarily, like, we weren't playing that at the same time. Or like at the same age as our kids, but
some boys that are my oldest daughter's age, that I hear them talk about movies they watch and games they play, and I was like, man, that seems really young to be on the GTA.
Yeah.
Granted, it didn't come out until we were teenagers to begin with.
Well, right. The newer ones, the newer ones, the ones that came out 25 years ago.
But I mean, even if you put them on Call of Duty or whatever, they're like shooting people in the face, and God.
Well, yeah. Isn't the most recent Grand Theft Auto like 10 years old or something at this point? Like it's
probably out more than
for
that.
A while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Rockstar,
like,
get it out.
They still keep putting out like new DLC stuff for it, and it's apparently like a huge moneymaker. They're still making money.
Yeah,
because
that's right. Because they have an online presence. They have like an online version of the game where
the guys I used to play with, that we were all on PlayStation, they migrated over to the PC because that's where all the support continues to exist. And like, you can go get the mods where you can fly around as a bird or something and just screw with people because they don't know what you are. You can build all these crazy worlds. To your point and what you're saying, Brandon, it sounds like they still make quite a bit of money on people paying for all that stuff.
So we obviously connect to this call via PCs, but do you guys have you guys are both on laptops? Is that right?
No,
Correct.
I built this computer.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay, well, that's what I was going to ask. Like the
supercomputer,
the PC
that can never connect to the internet properly, it seems.
Yeah, like staying in the PC game, and especially in the gaming side of running a PC, that is an expensive habit, or not habit, hobby. That's the H word I was looking for. Yeah, I mean it's so expensive, and like things are only getting more, I feel like, unattainable. I work with a bunch of nerds who spend a lot of time like speccing out hardware to do various tasks, whether it's data analytics or graphic stuff like video editing, or like I work with a bunch of researchers now, and they do some pretty compelling work to like what was I working on? Someone was working on today that we were having a long discussion about what is it, like liquid flow in veins. So basically like figuring out how there are like 3D models that you can run to see how liquid enters veins and how far it travels and where it travels to and all this stuff. Anyway, they can like simulate all this stuff, which takes a shit ton of computing power. So people are speccing out the right devices to perform these sort of behavior, or perform these sort of tasks, and it's pretty wild to
I'm kind of fascinated by the people that are all into simulators that build them out for themselves, like either racing or flight. The flight ones, I don't think I'll ever understand the amount of time and money and effort people get into it. But they fly, like if you had that, you could take like, I got my Boeing 747, woo! But these people are literally getting in a flight simulator and being, we're Delta 472, we're approaching.
It's like
and rotate. Like they're taking it very seriously, and they're flying flight patterns. It's like, so you literally got off work, you're coming to your home, you're getting in a flight, and you're literally flying like 3 hours to Chicago. And I appreciate it. I don't understand how that's enjoyable.
Well, so that's the thing with GTA Online. I've seen people like streamers and whatever, I've seen clips, but
they're playing cops and stuff.
Yeah, they punch into work. Like they like get home from their jobs and they punch into whatever job. And I've heard people getting reamed for being late, being like, where were you? You were supposed to be on duty, blah, 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 blah. And it's all pretend, but it's like, what the fuck?
Or like, do these people get home and be like, sorry, honey, I got no time for dinner. Flight 274 out of my house is late and I have 270 souls on board. I got to go.
Yeah.
It's like, captain's really going to chew my ass.
Babe, I have responsibilities.
Like you could just apply to be a commercial pilot and then get to do it in real life. But
yeah.
Do you think a lot of the people who do flight simulators fly themselves, or do you think like commercial pilots are coming home and like, all right, let me relax with this flight simulator? And
I think from what I've seen, it's like kind of 50-50 actually.
Or they just crash it into the ground or buildings or whatever just to get their aggression out.
Or if it's like somebody that's in the Armed National Guard comes home after flying F-16s all day, they're like, I just really want to get in a C-10 Hercules and just take a cruise. I've been pulling G's all day, babe.
Well,
I just need to really decompress here.
You know how flight crews
My Cessna.
You know how flight crews and pilots that like have a threshold of time that they can be in the air, and then they have to like go home and rest. That would be pretty alarming if they were like, all right, you need like by the FAA law, like you need to go home and rest before you can fly another. And they go home and they were like, all right, plug it in, and they fly some more. You're like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Just addicted to the adrenaline.
Do they take it like, before I even fire up the PC, I have to piss in this cup and make sure I'm clean and.
Or it's their test to be like, how many could I have before I notice a difference? Like they just record their flight. I don't know. Tuesday's flight was a little sloppy.
Smoke
what do we have?
We had
one bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
There was that Penn and Teller video game that it was never released, but you could play like what the game was going to be came out online and people could download it and play it. And it was like a bunch of mini games, but one of the games on it was called Desert Bus, and you're literally driving a bus in real time from Las Vegas to LA. And if you like cross the line or you go off the road, you have to start completely over. Or if you crash, you have to wait for a tow truck to come and pick you up and take you all the way back. And then you start it over and there's no pausing. It's like a troll kind of thing.
Oh, jeez.
Like you're just literally driving a bus across the desert for 4 hours or whatever.
Did people ever like accomplish it?
Yeah, I think I've seen that there are like desert bus competitions, like where people do like marathons to see if they can go to like Vegas to LA and back like in 8 hours or whatever.
I love those kind of games. Like the ones that people take so earnestly and they don't really they don't do anything. They don't go anywhere.
Hey, what a great segue. Hey, listeners. Do you want to see us play any of those games? We now have a Discord server that you can come and join and hang out. And we've got a voice channel where we can share our screens. And Matt is volunteering to use his supercomputer to drive across. No, I'm just kidding.
I happily would. I just don't know how to use Discord. So find us in the Discord.
Hilarious. Yeah. We're still getting trained up on how to behave ourselves in Discord, but come check us out. You can find us on Patreon, and then also we'll be posting in the show notes the link to get into our Discord to come and say hey. So come and say hey.
Well, you should come say hey. Why don't we give them a break to go find our Patreon sign up and listen to a word from these sponsors.
Ooh, yeah.
You are now free to move about the cabin. And welcome back. Feel free to drop us a line at qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or connect with us on our socials. If you or someone you know would make a great guest on a future episode of Qualified Nonsense, please let us know. Now's the time on the show where we take on Reddit's most pressing queries by finding the top trending questions and answering them here. Our first one comes to us from the subreddit No Stupid Questions, username Queltis6000. They ask, what the heck happened to waterbeds? In the 70s and 80s, they were everywhere. We used to go into the furniture store and hope every bed we sat on was a waterbed. What the hell?
I remember my uncle had a waterbed, and
we had one.
My brother and I, we would like, if he was still sleeping when we got there, we would run downstairs and shake the waterbed as hard as we could. He was like, God damn it. Oh! Yeah. And I think one time there was there was a thermometer on it, and I think one time I was messing with it, and he woke up like boiling hot. He was like, God, what's going on? It's because I adjusted it before he went to sleep, and I nearly killed him.
Wakes up boiling water,
cold.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jumps into bed and it's an ice
But that's
block.
a good point. I'm guessing there must have been like lawsuits or something. I'm sure somebody
If I
died.
had to guess, it would be either lawsuits and or insurance companies giving people the boot, be like, look, these people have had water damage in their house 4 times in the last 6 years. And it's because their waterbed leaks.
Yeah. Think about how many like punctures and extreme damage have occurred. And if you're living like in an apartment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot
It's
of
also,
apartments have it in their leases that say you can't have a waterbed.
No.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I
I
guess
think
that makes sense. Yeah.
I'd imagine one because of, if there is a leak, there's a lot of water damage, but also like if you're on, a second story or higher, that's a lot of weight to have.
That's true.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Can you imagine how heavy those beds actually are when they're, full of water?
Because the frames have to be
parents,
pretty sturdy also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My parents had one, but I guess I never cared or took note. But like how they emptied it or refilled it.
Yeah, like run the garden
just-
hose into it or something, or
So
like,
Wayfair has waterbeds still. I mean,
Are they clear?
We
Could you
can
put, like, fish
We
in them?
can still buy them.
That would be cool.
I was actually just looking this up, and like the waterbeds now just kind of look like regular mattresses. Well, I'm looking at this one. There's this website, the Waterbed Doctor, that still sells waterbeds, but they look like traditional
Do you have
mattresses.
to verify your age before you go into that site?
Nice.
When my parents got
but-
rid of theirs, we used the mattress thing and filled it up with air, and we used that for sledding. You could fit like 10 kids on it.
At like camp water parks in like
The
lakes,
blob?
they've got those big blobs where you can
Yeah.
jump on one.
Mhm.
We did that with the waterbed, but it was it wasn't
Do all
in
of
the
them
water.
have heaters?
I would imagine not. Well, I mean, I don't know. The
I guess it would
the
be
one
pretty-
I don't
fucked with
remember
did.
my parents ever having a heater. Seems dangerous.
You'd think it would get pretty chilly. I mean, if you're just sleeping
Room
on
temperature.
water.
Yeah, it's like 60. And yeah, because if you laid on it, the water would circulate potentially, and it would take a long time to warm up. But maybe it holds temperature. I don't know. Maybe the frames are insulated. You
We should get
certainly
one
wouldn't want
find
cats and dogs on it.
Yeah. Oh God, I would be so pissed.
Yeah.
Come home after work, like, no, bed is falling through your floor.
Krisha said that when she was growing up, her and her brother had twin water beds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I never understood the pitch, or I guess I never heard a pitch for them. Like, what do they claim that they help with support? Or is it like sleeping on a cloud?
doubt
Or
it.
what is it?
Because your
No,
body would just displace all the water.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what is the marketing
So I'm
aspect
trying to
that they have
remember, like
behind
when we would lay down on the bed, it was kind of comfy, but I think, yeah, I don't know.
But then if you're sleeping with a partner and they roll around or move,
Oh, yeah,
like, are
forget
you
it.
just
Yeah.
bouncing
Yeah,
up and down?
The one I just looked at was like 99% waveless. It's like, okay. What does that mean?
Yeah,
Well, then-
the AI overview says that they're to provide pressure-free comfort, relieve back pain, and offer adjustable warmth, comforting to the body for deep relaxation, from preventing bed sores, and promoting better sleep through even weight distribution and temperature control.
All right.
I say, or for
Well, so that would actually be like,
just be like true wrestling. You can't be
Yeah.
sit still.
true wrestling.
Well, yeah, like wouldn't it like the water in the bed like move against what you're trying to
Yeah.
do, so it make
Yeah, it
what
would,
you're
like,
doing more difficult to
counteract it.
accomplish?
Be like
and or
trying
like
to
someone's
dock on
gonna
the
get
space station in a windstorm.
Isn't there no wind in space? Or
solar wind?
well,
Sorry, thread a needle on a turbulent ocean.
whoa.
I'm sure there's plenty of jokes for motion of the ocean sort of situations, but
Oh yeah,
it would be. I feel like it would be. Someone would get seasick.
hold on, babe. I need to take my Dramamine.
Yeah, I wonder if you have if you'd have a lot of dreams about being like on a ship in a storm or something.
I only want one if I can put on sea shanties while we're getting frisky.
Or what if like your partner has gone to bed and the lights are off and you're trying to find the bed and you go to sit down and you go like and sit harder than and you like knock your partner off like wee.
Yo ho. Oh.
They're sleeping peacefully and you just do like the people's elbow or whatever, like right onto the
or right a dead
onto
sleep and you're like, permission to come aboard.
Yeah, I mean
I kind of want one.
it seems like they like the drop off was steep on them. Like it seemed like people had them, like a lot of people had them, and then all of a sudden they didn't.
Hey man, it's here today,
I do
gone
wonder.
tomorrow.
Your insurance observation is keen. I do wonder if even like homeowners insurance was like, hey, wait a second, we don't want to deal with this.
We don't want.
Oh, there you go. Waterbeds faded from style due to high maintenance, leaks, and heavy weight. But mainly because the mattress tech, like memory foam, offered a similar pressure relief. And while landlords and insurers often ban them due to potential property damage. There you go.
There we go.
So they were just impractical.
Yeah. Now we know.
I mean, there's probably like a lot of ceiling and joist damage and stuff that people had to fix. Like
Keeping
like when people
sheetrockers
don't
in
put
business for years.
or like when you see people like try to like put a hot tub in their bedroom or whatever, and it comes through the floor or whatever.
I saw a residential listing a couple years ago, and there was a hot tub in someone's bedroom, and it was here in Washington. It was in their bedroom, but they even went above and beyond to make the hot tub floor level. So they had to go, and it was upstairs. So downstairs, there was like this punch down, stuck out like a sore thumb, but it was so the hot tub upstairs could be ground level. I was like, oh, this seems like such a bad idea, because you're carrying this weight.
Yeah, just drop straight down. I've heard that
like
about
how many hundreds of gallons of water, and then you put 2 adult human bodies in there or whatever.
Then you're slipping and slopping about. Just
No, it sounds like a nightmare.
I imagine like regular bathtubs, if they're on a second story, are probably set up in such a way that.
But I think they're configured with that extra support. Like you need to identify where the bathroom is, and then.
That's true, because they're usually engineered into the house.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
you can't just decide where to throw a tub.
Were some of the top answers.
Yeah, the top one here says, we had one when we first got married. I'm heavier than my wife, and one evening I plopped myself onto the bed and damn near launched my wife into orbit. We don't have one anymore, though I have seen ads for mattresses which have a water pad inside a foam pad layer, but that was a decade ago.
There you go.
This person replied saying, I launched my poor 2-year-old nearly to the ceiling and over the side. Caught the little guy before he hit the floor, though. What a shock to us both. This person says, people found out they're no good. They're not good for your back, not to mention the hassle of filling it and emptying it, or the possible water damage if it sprung a leak.
Covering all the... Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah, I guess you'd have to drain it regularly too, because especially if you're heating it, because all water has minerals and whatnot in it, so it's gonna the iron's gonna bloom and stuff, and that would look I mean, it would look gross after really not very long.
Well, there's also there's headspace, right? It's not completely full of water, so there's air pockets still floating in there that are just always getting molded.
Yeah, no. And then if you pierce that, if you have water damage from shitty fucking water, yeah.
You can't do anything about it because you're puking.
Yeah, and what would you do? You'd grab a towel and you'd throw it down. You'd be like, well, this is going to do nothing.
This person says, friend of mine installed one in a double wide, was smart enough to install it over the rear axles so it didn't damage the frame. It did crack the foundation pad, though.
Jeez.
This person says, my parents had a waterbed and my bedroom was directly underneath theirs. Besides the sound of water sloshing around when they were intimate, I always thought the bed was going to come through the ceiling. There were 2 grooves in the ceiling where the bed frame was.
That's...
That person's lucky to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like maybe they're better in theory than practice. Let's see. Our next one here. Let's do another silly one. This one's also from No Stupid Questions. Username dhomo01110011.
Ooh, that's coding for something.
They ask, how do some people take so long to poop? What causes it, but also logistically how? Growing up, my dad would spend 10 minutes in the bathroom after work. I didn't think much of it, just a dad thing. Now that I'm an adult, I'm surprised it's so common. 3 of my coworkers spend 15 to 20 minutes in the bathroom multiple times a week. All males also, I've noticed, but I haven't looked up if that means anything. Then they have a long blah 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 blah. But
I'll tell you right now, if you were trying to compare your what's wrong with your coworkers, that's called deucing on the dollar. I'm surprised you don't do that yourself, guy or person. Yeah, there's nothing better than scrolling your phone at work, being paid to ultimately poop.
I think phones have done a number on people, and I don't know. I also think it's gross when I think about it, but I do it also. It's like the modern day twiddling of thumbs to scroll on your phone, and it's so easy to do. And when you're sitting there,
before phones, people took books and magazines and newspapers and stuff.
I was gonna say, I was racking my brain to say, surely this isn't a new invention of, I'm gonna go to the bathroom for 15 minutes. Everybody figures out a way to duck out of work, but what did they do? How did you sneak in a newspaper to, I gotta go to the potty? They all have cracks in them. You can see what's going on and be like, are you still reading the newspaper, dude? At least I'll say it's right here.
I've spent the most time I've spent in bathrooms, which was at work and not, is due to dehydration and constipation. I'm regularly backed up.
Yeah, and gotta drink your water, get your coffee.
Due to diet and hydration.
I think part of it is also it's kind of the one place if you live with other people or you work with a bunch of other people where you can have kind of some alone time.
Yeah,
some people will, take their lunches and eat it in their car instead of in the break room, or
sure,
that kind of thing where you just don't want to be around other people and it's quiet and
eat your lunch in the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think there's, I also maybe, somebody they have a tummy ache and maybe they just need some extra time in the bathroom.
Do you guys, if you guys go into the bathroom and it's going to be quick and loud, to catch my drift, do you guys do the whole I'm going to flush while I go at the same time to cover this sound?
No,
in a public restroom?
Yeah.
No, because those usually public restroom, the toilets are like they have a strong flush on them, so there's going to be like a lot of splashback.
I don't know. You guys like bidets, so
Yeah, but not from the bowl.
I've noticed that I kind of do. I do try to do a pre-flush if it's going to do that, just so I know if it's going to splash back. But I will say, for some reason, if I'm public, I do try to like flush and go at the same time. It's kind of like when you're in the movie theater and you open a can and you're like, oh. But I shouldn't really care, because it's like, if I know it's going to be fast and loud, it usually means that I'll giggle on the other side. Like,
but also, like, if somebody knows there's someone in a stall, they know why they're in there. So what's the?
Yeah, it's not like it's like this weird modesty thing that we want to.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I understand the reality of it, but there's something in me. It's like, somebody's going to judge me if they hear that. And they're like, oh God, eat a vegetable. You know.
Yeah.
Or they're texting somebody like, oh God, this guy next to me is having a hard time. He's fighting for his life.
I used to work in a shared office space, and there was this older guy that worked in the company that I didn't work for, but we just worked in the same office area. And there were multiple times. I was on facilities team, so I was like doing things like repairs, like physical repairs and stuff. And I was working in the bathroom for a week. I was doing like a variety of things, and all week this guy would come in, and he would, even though there was like a maintenance closed for maintenance, he would burst into the bathroom.
It's an emergency.
Every day for the week, and he would run into the bathroom, and the stall wasn't even closed before he was like, oh God. And he would shit like crazy. And I was like, that guy needs medical attention. The first day I was like,
I mean, it could be like maybe he has Crohn's disease or something.
That's what I thought. And I felt
IBS.
like the first time I was like, hey, fuck you, man. And then I was like, Jesus, he really had to go. And it like happened all week. And I was like,
I think during that time you sent us a picture of what you found in a toilet one time. And it looked like literally like somebody was making a pot of chili in the toilet bowl.
Yep. It was the plunger that I had was a regularly used dipstick to see how deep the viscera was.
How deep the material was.
Yeah, the material.
How deep that hate is.
Oh, speaking of getting down and dirty in bathrooms, at one point I had a really big beard, and I had to address something that was.
What was her name?
But I had to address something that was like, a toilet seat, like a toilet seat was falling off, and I was trying to adjust the screw or the nut that was holding the seat on, and as I knelt down, I felt my beard just brush the side of the toilet, and I was like,
no, you gotta burn that shit.
It was
off.
like the beginning of the workday, and I was like, I can't do this.
You like bring it around so like the people
gross. That I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it happened so early in the day, and I remember it so specifically and so distinctly because it was just terrible. And it was just a disgusting bathroom. And
the smell just clings to your beard.
I know. Just there the whole time. That was awful.
Do you remember on a previous episode we talked about like how we would mess with each other in the bathrooms by like turning the lights off and stuff?
Yeah.
Should have done it to that guy. It sounded like he was pretty regular, but after your first one, be like, all right, look, it not only does it say it's closed, I realize it's an emergency, but that's filthy. Bloop. Turn the lights off on him. Shut the door. Your facilities, you could lock him on the inside.
I've been in, so it was at a tech startup in New York, and there was a bunch of fucking bros in there that were real assholes. And I remember like being on the ground working on something in a bathroom, and not a great place, and then people walking in and like going to the bathroom while I'm like laying on the ground, not like in the same facility that I'm working in, but like in the bathroom. And I'm like, hey man, it's closed. This happened multiple times where I was like, hey, it's actually closed. And they're like, yeah, I don't care. Or like, I'm like, hey, I'm working in here. And they're like, oh yeah, I don't mind. It's like, I do. I'm fucking working in here. Stop shitting and stop pissing while I'm trying to do my goddamn job. Ugh, it just sets me off. Real motherfuckers.
This weekend, we're actually in JCPenney, and I had a case of the rumblies, and it was like an emergency.
The rumblies.
And so I found the bathroom, and there was a guy working there who he like made eye contact with me, and like I went into the stall, and I could like I walked past him to get into the bathroom, and then I could hear him come in, and he didn't do anything, and it sounded like he stood there for a while. Like it was really uncomfortable. Like I don't know if he thought I was like shoplifting or something.
Oh,
It could be.
But
It could have been in loss prevention or making
was
sure
like,
you're not
I don't-
shooting up.
think you want to be in here right now, but
Did the bathroom have a code?
no.
Maybe he was just curious.
That's
I mean,
the prime
he-
opportunity to follow it up with a, oh no, oh God.
But
not
he didn't
this.
even like pretend like he was like washing his hands or whatever. Like I could just hear him standing there.
You're like, can you come
And-
over here and hold my hand through here? It's really, everyone hurts.
What you doing? What you
And I
thinking
was like,
about?
well, I'm just gonna let it rip, and if he wants to be in here for that, that's on him. And he did eventually leave. But
What would you have done though if you were like, oh, fuck yeah. Like just in the background.
Ooh, yeah.
More.
More. Oh no.
well, this episode has taken a turn from your very classy and well thought out intro, Jake.
Well, I ended the intro with,
To butt stuff.
the butt stuff, so I knew it was coming.
The top answer here is some people are constipated or backed up and have a lot of poop in the queue. Sometimes it takes so long to work everything out. I need to take a break partway through. I have IBS. Don't judge me. I promise I'm not comfy in there.
Yeah, IBS fucking sucks.
Yeah. Seems like it's always an emergency.
Yeah. This person says mine starts pretty quickly, but if I wait a couple of minutes, another lot comes out. If I don't wait for the second one, I feel full. They say in quotes full still. And this person replies, they say, gotta give it a minute to make sure you're not going to be back in here in 10 minutes. Nothing worse than wiping and walking out of the bathroom just to turn around and go back in and start over.
Have you guys ever had that happen?
Yeah, but it's usually a tummy trouble this sort of day.
Yeah.
I've only had it happen like maybe twice. I remember the first time it happened, I was like, oh God, am I okay? Like, I thought I was done, and I was like, no.
You know those times, I feel like the only time it's always so surprising is, when you've got like a really fucked up stomach and this is rough, and it comes out like piss, like it's like a fire hose, that it's just like a single stream. It's shocking how much that can hurt your stomach, because I would think like more
Well, when
solid
you guys are
stuff
feeling
would.
that way, do you also like get sweaty and
Oh,
like
yeah.
and so
Only
you're like
somebody's
coming out
gonna
of the
hear.
bathroom like all like red faced and sweaty?
Yeah. I've been there.
Get me an IV now.
Give me an IV.
The thing that
IV of Pepto-Bismol.
the thing that gets me about when you have an angry stomach and it's that bad, I was like, God, what kind of bacteria got inside of me to take what is a normal physical stool thing and just turn it to straight lava? It's like, what? Like,
Straight lava.
What? I'm terrified of whatever it is.
Also,
But
I have
it
to
could probably
say,
end humanity.
Matt, you in particular, like you've punished your body a few times that I've seen. So like, it takes a special strain of badness to make your tummy upset, I think.
That's true. Not many things can live in my body at this point. But yeah, just from a bacterial standpoint, I just find it shocking that it goes from this, hey, typical solid waste coming out to liquid hot magma.
That's a good point. Like the physiological change that has to occur, like that's impressive.
It's like when you go from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde.
This person says when you poop at work, it's allowed to take much longer.
That's true. See?
Yep. What are they gonna do?
I remember there was one time when we were working at UPS, I was also having the rumblies one day, and I had to go to the bathroom like multiple times, and it was like one of like basically like what they were talking about, like where like if I got up, I would just have to go back in. And I remember I won't say his name, but one of the supervisors there said something about it. He was like, hey, you've been in the bathroom for this many minutes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what do you want me to do about it?
I do remember a time where there was a guy who was notorious at UPS for pretty much doing that. And keep in mind, these are only 4-hour shifts. So they're relatively short. Right. And they went to the bathroom. Is that because they were so laborious? Yeah, they're a 24-hour operation. You can only physically move so many boxes in a day. I do remember working doubles sometimes, and yeah, it did kind of suck. Yeah, the doubles were...
Which I guess a double would be basically an 8-hour shift, but yeah.
But yeah, there was a guy who was notorious for taking extra long bathroom breaks, and they got to the point where they would go open the men's bathroom and just yell for him in there. He'd be like, I'll be right there. I was like...
Although I kind of feel like because that was those were Teamster jobs, that it'd be kind of hard to fire somebody for pooping on the job.
Yeah. You ain't got no case.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, are you no longer Teamsters because you don't work there? Did you have to join the union to work there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the union dues are taken out of your check.
Yeah, right, I don't remember the option to opt out.
I think you could you could continue to stay in the union if you wanted after you left. You just had to pay the dues.
Got it. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the responses are like people talking about like their medical issues and stuff. But
blah blah blah.
This person says
you're
mostly
just cheating
hiding
the
from
system.
Our 3-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think there's definitely some of that going around of people just wanting to break. Like what you said, Brandon, like if you're living with any other occupants, it's a moment to yourself, which,
well, it's kind of justified. It's not like even if, like where you go out to the garage to, get away from your family or whatever, like that seems like very intentional versus like, oh, he's in the bathroom. He's
right.
Conducting business. He's not actively avoiding the family. Right.
Right.
Like there's kind of that excuse. Yeah. This person says because they're reading Reddit.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Because they're engaging with qualified nonsense.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you guys
getting some
always
QN
look at your
BM?
phones when you're on the toilet?
What's that?
Do you guys always look at your phones when you're on the toilet?
I've made conscious efforts not to, and I find it now quite challenging because it's just so commonplace, I guess.
It's like there's that meme where it's like when you forget to bring your phone in the bathroom and it's like a guy sitting on the toilet like reading a shampoo bottle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, since I think it's become so customary to actually use your phone in the bathroom, it's now like if you forget it and you're already mid-go and you're like, oh, well, this is just boring now. You know, like, what
But
do I
then
do?
you start thinking about like, if everybody's bringing their phones in the bathrooms, like how dirty is everybody's phones? Like people aren't
they're
washing
disgusting.
their phones or anything.
Yeah, no, they're filthy. That's why there's that whole market of UV, whatever they're called, like cleaners or whatever, where you basically like put your phone in a little sun bath that kills all the bacteria.
We got one during COVID, and we do our keys and our phones and all the things that were like.
Do you guys still do it?
We have it. We haven't actually used it in quite some time. Probably should.
Yeah.
Stay
They're
home
kinda
if
cool,
you
though.
sick. Come over if you thick.
Oh, geez.
One of the better sayings to come out of COVID.
That was on somebody had that on their tailgate of their truck, like a bumper sticker type thing, and
That's pretty good.
Sent it to Matt.
Appreciate that.
Anyway. Well, is that an episode?
I think
I think that's
end
really
it.
good. We done good.
All right. Well, beans. I have the outro from last week. Thank you to Eli for making time for us, and thank you for
Yeah, thanks, Eli, again.
no, actually, another shout out to Eli. Eli was a great guest. We enjoyed having him. So thank you, Eli, if you're listening, for joining us. Come on anytime.
Yeah.
But
on
thank
the
you all for
podcast
listening, and
let's
you
specify what's going on here.
thank you to our loyal patrons for supporting the show. If you haven't already, head over to Patreon at patreon.com/qualifiednonsense to show your support. Watch us over on YouTube at youtube.com/@qualifiednonsense, and check out our brand new Discord. How do people find that, Jake?
Well,
do they
so
just
you can, that's a good
That's
point.
how I
So
feel about it. Is it on the interwebs?
check the description of this episode. We're gonna add
your
the
local listings.
link. You can also browse Discord servers. It's a little challenging because there's a fuck ton out there, but if you look up Qualified Nonsense and look for our logo, you should be able to find us. But if you can't, then you can also slide into our DMs, contact us in the normal way, and we'll make sure to get you the invitation link so you can slide in to our DMs and Discord.
we'll get you in there. And yeah, please rate, review, share, like, and subscribe. And we will see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Qualified Nonsense.
Goodbye.
Bye.